do so. Ensure yourself in that top 20. That threshold right now, 15.4 points held by Team tfue. That's a 7.7 average if you do some quick math there. I don't like math goes, so usually I leave it to you and all the cool people behind the scenes. But as we get locked, loaded, out the back of the plane we go. So much early action has been had in Old Town, Low Town, and even over in Farms by Bazaar. With a relatively central zone, we could see some fun action once again back in City.
Yeah, I'm looking at City. I think City's the place to be, and I think a lot of our teams are going to be thinking the same. Let's take a quick look at that Clutch Belk squad. Now, everybody's been saying, where are they? Why are they so down the leaderboard? Every single time we've looked at the kill feed right as the game started, they were dying. Somebody is contesting them off drop, and it looks like it's about to be a lot of the same. 3 teams dropping on this City location. This is that second team from our competition competing for that draft spot on City. So we take a quick look at our last map winners, also hotly contested early here in Firehouse outside of condos.
Yeah, look, if you're going to be dropping fire, you better be hitting those shots. Vonbot here looking to get that res straight up onto Shara. We'll check back in with City later. But for now, well, just kidding. We're going straight to the Gulag Baby Assault on your screen. Chronos on the other side. I guess City didn't really pan out too well for the squad. Shots going down that right side of the lane, but instead we're gonna take more damage than we dealt out. The repeat comes in, and well,
no way.
That's tough.
That's
a tough one.
An utter breakdown. It's gonna be entirely on Clutch Belk to win this, and he does win it to get back into the map. The rest of his team's fully eliminated. They've both lost their gulags. It is now entirely on the back of Clutch Belk if they will get more than 1 point in this third map. And this is why I wanted to watch them early, because that hot drop in City is so valuable. Yet again, the second time in a row they've been nearly full wiped. Also, the second time in a row we will likely have a City ending, which means if they win that, if they stabilize, if they loot up, they would have a really good chance at winning the map, or at least getting top 10. So this is a huge loss for them in the very beginning of this map, as they have to restabilize and try to figure something out as they take train. And well, everybody always at least glances at train. And here's famous Kima. This is Dane's spot. We'll see what he's able to do.
Yeah, and for a squad that steps in last minute, already finding themselves inside the top 20 after 2 maps is a brilliant way to do so. Clutch Belk immediately grabs that train, finds the cache, uses the buy station on it, grabs Lubby back, and will likely want to scout ahead and find more. Lubby gonna start that train back up. Squad number 23 is just in the distance. You saw them poking, prodding like you mentioned, and well,
oof.
Another squad bites the dust straight to Gulag and B-Mark, trying to hit that res on slide.
Yeah, B-Mark's a fun team to talk about. Competed with a number of different players back in the past. They kind of created this squad out of broken trios across the board. And that's really the story of a lot of these trios. From the last World Series of Warzone into this one, they changed teammates out. They maybe became friends with different people. Or maybe they threw together their team at the last second because they said, well, I don't have anybody. Let's see what happens. And then they're here. That is the case for several different teams, including Swisham's squad, who's near the top of the leaderboard. So a fun conversation. Some of these players, former teammates fighting against each other. So many fun storylines that we'll be able to play out in front of our eyes here in lower bracket round 2. But again, top 20, all eyes set on that. And as we get down to the wire, if we lose out on that, well, you're looking for the next 12. And if you lose out on that, well, you're going to get eliminated from the competition in total. Quick map view, by the way, as we move into our second zone. Let's see which side of the map this next zone favors. I am assuming it'll head towards City, but you never know, Tiff. We've always been wrong in the past.
You know, I'm okay with being wrong. If there's one thing, it's about zone calling, and my IGL skills are just, you know, full send something shiny, find all of the action. OP marked squad's gonna wipe another one, but for now, Oreo season. Look, they've been just trying to figure out what angle squad number 39 is approaching them from. A lot of expenditure on these smokes to cut off those lines of sight and just keep on rotating forward. And I think that's great when you've got Blitz, Exify, and Manny vibes on the opposing side. They're not actually chasing, so we should be all good for now for Team Oreo.
Yeah, all good for now. And well, the team that Dantro was maybe rightfully so aggressively yelling at, exact, what are we doing, boys? Down in 30th, I believe. This is a really strong team. Exact, one of the older players on this team. Sit, Rep, Sneely, both young guns, very talented slayers. I think if everything goes right, this team could be at the near top of this leaderboard. Things are not going right thus far. So far in this map, they seem stabilized. They have their resources. They have their gas masks, some self-reses to boot. Got a couple kills. It seems like they won their early encounter with probably 3 eliminations across the board between them. So maybe a bit better this time here on the edge of Riverside, looking for maybe a couple picks off distance on our last map winners.
Yeah, you can already see that. Little shots going out, not necessarily going to connect, but you're going to give that information away to them, which that's that high risk, high reward that you're going to have to deal with. Locksteel squad finding themselves here in lower round 2, already getting that early action in. And I think I just saw Swish get knocked by Little Mario's team, and it's going to be unfortunate as she falls. Let's check in with Alpha Arts. Gabotiero, that is not how you say that, but I don't know where my I can't roll my R's, Goj,
Sure.
and something just came out of me that I don't know. We're gonna run it back.
I respect it, frankly. I know that Arts has been competing in Twitter tourneys since Caldera, so has a sizable amount of competitive experience, but all 3 of them 0 earnings across the board in Urzikstan, and I think that's the story of a lot of our lower bracket round 2 teams as well. There's just a lot of players that haven't had a chance to earn any sort of sizable cash in any decent tournament in the past. So now's a big chance to make a move for that $1 million prize pool if they can make it to land. Got a couple stages to get through first. Speaking of that, IQ, Desmond, Arrays would like to go back for Dez and like to get there this time for IQ and Arrays. IQ and Arrays might be the longest standing duo in this competition. Don't quote me on that, but they have been playing together since 2020 in Verdansk, winning tournaments together in Verdansk, and they're still competing yet again today, but seemingly in quite a bit of trouble this time around.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? You're not wrong, since 2020, and they even won the Twitch Rivals Iron Trials all the way back in 21, but that was with Ebates. But back on Arts, I don't see the trophy system on the vehicle, and that's because they missed the throw originally when we were back on them. But for now, you've got to deal with a little bit of safety here as we make our way towards Opera House. Now, maybe go inside, take a bit of a regain, and start focusing on where we want to maybe play for next. We're kind of in this moment of a lull. It's safe for now, but it's not going to last that way. We still have 36 teams up, and Vonbot, Shero, action's just getting underway against Team E700.
Yeah, unfortunately, Vonbot last alive, I believe, for his team, which means, well, we are in trouble. Everyone wants to clear out this squad. They're near the top of the leaderboard, I believe in second place or close to it. An opportunity to wipe one of the top teams is a huge, huge boon for a lot of teams trying to kind of contend for that top position. But again, it's top 20 we really care about. So if you wipe a team in second, sure, it might open up a little bit. You'd really like to wipe the teams that are on that fringe, right around that 15 to 25 spot. But tfue able to get back into lives for the portable buy. Both of these guys going to be playing together side by side. Not going to leave a 5-meter radius from each other to be able to play trades, but they also really don't want to take gunfights until Shero fully stabilizes and seemingly uncontested on this portable buy. They might be able to do just that. Wow.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm Team E700, I don't really know if I want to double back down and full send that. Maybe I just play my positioning instead, but Team Big Man over here getting held out is going to be Scythe, but at least you're on 3 eliminations thus far. The question is, how are we going to hit this rotation between Team B-Mark? You look for maybe the weak link. J-Tech here separated out from the remainder of the squad, so of course you want to fully focus that, but it's gonna be J-Tech who grabs the knock on to Big Man. Scythe has to come in for the reinforcements, but the cross is not going to be okay. Was looking for that tap. We do get to preserve that self-res and now can fully finish off J-Tech.
A huge, huge take. I gotta give a huge shout out to this team for the way they're playing as a unit. They're playing trades near flawlessly. Zep tried to make a flank and get a knock, was able to do that, but couldn't clean up the kill. They don't even have to burn the self-revive. This is what we call a high-value team fight. You didn't lose a single player on your team. You didn't burn a lot of your resources, and you were able to grab eliminations. And now they switch up, flip the script, and hunt down B-Mark. B-Mark, sorry, buddy, you are out of here. No questions asked. This is a flawless execution of a great team fight for this trio. Watch out for this team. You're going to see them creep up the leaderboard if they can get a couple more of these.
J-Tech did win the gulag to confirm, so still in the thick of things, was hovering around the squad for the time being, but is going to decide to maybe restabilize elsewhere. For Team Big Man, though, they're going to grab the helicopter and start on that rotation outside of Manor. And maybe get a lay of the land. Team Clown, though, they're still finding eliminations. This time against an OP-marked squad who has found themselves at the top of the leaderboard and still climbing. And you just got to keep switching your seats. I'm surprised someone shot this down, but Zep, you got to get out of there, buddy. Don't go down with the heli.
Hey, look, if it's beeping, you know it's going to blow up. Ride it as far as you can without getting blown up. Maybe use it as a hair of cover, but a little risky play. I don't mind it. Look, they actually got a nice rotate out value out of that. I didn't think they would make it quite this far without getting shot out of the air, but a lot of teams just don't have time, especially if they're already contested by another team or they don't want to give away their position. If there's a team already with high ground, likely going to slay out, but you can see Swish'em squad back on the hunt here on the edge of zone outside of shopping center. And I think we were right from a zone pool standpoint. Everybody pretty much said, yeah, it's going to be city. Let's get to city. And some of the teams that were able to lock down some of the city's largest buildings, feeling really good about their position. The question is, how many kills do they have? And well, a push gone wrong. Fulness, last alive for his team and running as fast as he can away, and going to be running into a team as well. Caught between Nobu, Spartan, and Johnny Bro. But Johnny Bro's team's also got to rotate. He could almost just follow them out. If he doesn't get live pinged, he actually might be able to make it to zone, be able to hold out for a bit longer. But the problem is there's still 32 teams alive. And Tiff, this is what we were talking about beforehand. This number is not going to dwindle very dramatically because we have a city zone. There are so many buildings to hang out in. We're going to see somewhere around 60 to 80 players for a while.
Yeah, I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news, but that squad is hanging on by a thread, and I wouldn't be surprised if Team 9 decides to fully push and take out Swish's squad. And there it is. Almighty T will eliminate Team Swish'em, but for now, back on board with Salt, Lovey, Clutchbelk. They had that initial city drop gone wrong, so I'm really happy to see all three of them up and vibing. Clutchbelk will have just one elimination and an LTV, and they're spreading out on this opposing side, looking to hold out Team Tommy. Now, typically what we witness from Tommy, Teeny, and Obs is that positioning of their play. Tommy is oftentimes behind Teeny and Obs, who are going to expend out and frag, but I think actually, yeah, if you can see, Tommy's on behind them. They're going to regroup up and assess and just kind of try to push this as a whole. You want to make sure that you are close enough to be able to get those trades. But Lovey, you got the Superi, you got the Car 98, and honestly, we're straight up leaving.
Here's a quick look at the next zone. We'll come back to that here shortly. I don't mind the play. As we zoom into this map, you can see which teams got here first and are going to hold their positions. You can see Team Nos 18, dead center of zone, holding out a nice building. You see Team 28 holding out a nice building near center. Team 7, that's our winners from last map, trying to restabilize in an uncontested POI, center of zone. This will be very fun to watch as Baba Huff is trying to get to the center of zone using the helicopter, which will obviously give away their position. But if you can get ultimate high inside of zone, likely contested, they're going to take this fight. One of these two buildings they have to send or they're going to lose their lives. And it looks like they're going to go for Team Race Keys for the fight. Yep, here they go. Drop out. Howdy do. Here's a helicopter and an AR for you. Grabs one and gonna drop all the way down low if they did not get as much value out of that fight as they thought they would. Wow.
Well, that imploded quite quickly. I really loved the gumption behind it, but here we go. Future is game, tries to hit the self-res and gets absolutely decimated. For Team Lightsfire, Racy's, Omega, for them to hold this position and constantly have that pressure from Team Clown and Little Mario just on the outskirts. Now, granted, we are on that edge of circle, and Little Clown and them, they're going to have to move, but they haven't just yet. Clutchbelk, Lovey, Assault on your screen. I'd love to hear what their thoughts are going on right now.
As well, by the way.
All right.
They're just shooting right there. Yep, I see one. He just went to the back of that building. On the side of this shack right here.
Get our kills when we need
Gonna have to
to.
roll.
Is that our buy? Like
Right here. Yeah, top right, top right, top right. Team up here. Danging it.
I'm gonna try to get you a sub off for that.
I mean, it's up top.
They're in the
You guys
shack
break
right
now. Y'all can look at that if y'all want.
Yeah. Fuck those kids on the yellow paint. There's a kid in that shack 100p. I don't know how many though.
And they're still in zone.
They're gonna have to some of these kids
Flying
on
down right
Not
now.
that bad.
Alright, hey, what about these kids on my yellow ping
All in that
behind us?
building. And not much we can do to them.
Alright, we got pool again, basically.
Yeah, we're like not in there.
Barely.
Definitely need to look for a spot.
I mean, the only spot is definitely a lot of teams on green ping.
I know there's a
100p.
team. I know there's one team playing the roof here. We can definitely play their low ground, or we can play.
There's probably a
like,
team
that
underneath
building.
them too.
Like fucking.
You don't want to walk in with this car right here and just get these freebies, like this team right here, being in this team behind us on the right.
Well, our front door is
It's
safe.
safe. Yes, we have a car.
I'm very
There's a team right here. So come here. So come here. So
Okay, I'm here, I'm
I mean,
here.
they're pushing. They're moving. It's 3. All 3 of them right here. Get ready. The other one right there. The back here. Crack.
No, I have a mortar for them.
Yeah, shot by someone
More
else.
to them and push them off.
I am. I just said.
Alright, they're going left. Watch out, there's another team to our right. Watch out. So there's a team to our top right over here.
Team behind us as well on the buy. Behind us.
Yep. They're already rowing in down left.
Yeah, they went far.
The team above us though, 100p.
This is gonna get pressed heavily. I can't lie.
Might be. Everything's gonna be heavy right now. There's 70 people left.
Yeah, there's like nothing playable on our side of
lobby.
10.
There'll be kids in here and they're probably
Nobody
rotated
top
here.
green. That would be fucked.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get sniped the whole time. They are back here. Let's play tight. We have a trophy. Where's our trophy down at? Because we're gonna need another one.
Well, the thing is,
have
the
a
team
trophy.
behind us is gonna push down, and we gotta figure out a way to fucking.
I mean, what do you mean? I'm
No,
right
we
here.
just have to play second.
them force another way.
and then
We're
force them
vibing right
bottom
here. I'm not
and
gonna lie.
see
We have PDSs and shit.
I
We
think
have
they're
cars
going
that
far
down.
left. Yeah, the other
Yeah. And they did too.
They're far right.
I didn't mind the small talk there. Not a ton of action to watch. They were trying to figure out where to go, what to do. And I agree with their assessment. They had a decent position. They got quote unquote some sort of a zone pull, but it didn't really pay off for them. They're gonna have to move and they're gonna have to move out in the open. I think I prefer an early rotate, but I think we're a bit scared that one of those teams was gonna rotate down into their building as they were crushing through to the next zone. So as we hop back into the action, Vombot's wall banging through doors, grabbing more eliminations on 8. But Tiff, I am scared for Team Clutch Belt.
Yeah, they have a large open area that they're going to have to double down, and especially when it starts pulling towards these apartments right here in city, is there's going to be people from every different angle. Even Vonbot out here on 8 eliminations, just getting live pings and trying to hit through the walls. T on the opposing side, that's going to be a full squad wipe for them. That's going to be Team Finessin playing alongside their Taylor. But for now, job's not done. We still have to move, even if I'm this squad and Assault, Lovey,
Yeah.
Clutchboat, they're on the rotation. They're dealing with squad number 9. At least one member still alive. Future has game. I would love to see us maybe be able to clear that out, but Future's just like, I'm gonna go prone, try to outlast as long as I can, because there's still 25 squads up.
Yeah, this is a brutal rotation. Frankly, luckily they got the train. It looks like they're going to take the train to the outside play to try to make a play against Team 11 here, which is Schween. This is the team they were trying to get eliminations on earlier, and they're struggling to stop the train. So now they're just burning through resources, finally get the train going back the other way so they can try to make a play here into zone. I really like this play if they can get the train to stop exactly where they want to. Seems like everybody's in trouble, though. Lovey getting knocked. Nobody's going to let them get this off for free. With a buy station on board, they're able to get people back into the air, but still not out of dodge, not even close to safe here as Future tries to make a rotation. We'll see if Assault can maybe pick one up. Just gonna hang on by the seat of his pants, frankly, to see if they can get anything going. With still 20 some odd teams left, I can only imagine that team's gonna be in trouble all the way down until they get fully eliminated. Probably not within top 15. We will see, but we gotta get on board with some action across the board. Team 28 is the team I'm watching out for. Team Joe Gang. This is Ebates Underhorse. This is the team he's been calling out, probably to try to make amends with Joe, who basically was just calling out Ebates during lower bracket round 1, even though Ebates was just watch partying when Joe was grabbing wins. This team is deadly. If all things are moving perfectly for them, they could grab the victory on the edge of zone underground as Exact tries to play this rotate in. We'll see if they're able to hold on. Exact seemingly a bit of success in, well, C4 zone. How about you catch and hold this as I blow you to smithereens? That's 4 now for Exact. Still got to rotate in. They might hang out here with a PDS as they get to the low ground of a closer building to try to play a late rotate if they have a sizable amount of them stacked up. But they got to get through several teams first.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a brilliant knock onto baller. C4 to hit the full, but we want to hit on the low ground of the building. And look, if you got EOD, of course you do, because these C4s are going to be so prevalent. We've already seen them so much, but 13 squads remaining, looking for that 1.6x in the top 10 and just looking to survive. We swing towards the outsides, catch Super Rob off guard. That's a squad wipe for Team 22, but job's not done. Hey, here's a C4, there's a shield crack, and we've got to keep rotating.
Joe Gang, Joe Gang, Joe Gang, where are you, Joe Gang? He is hiding inside, trying to play gas. That's Team 28 on your screen, playing low ground, likely either with PDSs or just burning gas mask. Exact says, we're not going to wait for you. We're getting center zone. We're closing in on the 8th circle, and it is mayhem. Smoke cities galore, trying to play the... Oh, they're trying to play the portable buy station. Somebody maybe got the buy off, but Exact gets the cleanup. They're getting left, right, and center kills, and no one is shooting at them. The smoke's covering. Visual cover is real, and whether you're misplaying grenades or not, they are taking advantage of the chaos to grab center zone. All three alive. Team Exact somehow could win it, and frankly, the fact that Assault is alive at all is a miracle. He might get top 5. He can grab this elimination. In trouble. Goes down. Might get 6. Very, very close to the 1.8x multiplier, but I don't know if they got any kills along the way besides the 1, 2, or 3 that they had leading up to it. Maybe just barely stuck in the top 5, but we're in the final fight. Final 3 teams left, and I believe this will be just a couple solos left, and Exact is one of them. 1, 2, 3 players left, but Team 19 gets a full buyback. Team 19, Colats. This is the squad that could win it all.
3v1 against Team Stemper. Hits the crack onto Crafty. You just need to clean it up. One bullet will do it. And that's how you take map number 3. Sometimes those mobile buy stations in endgame can be so clutch. But if you hit a double buyback right before this, stack numbers in your advantage, and just snuff out the last solo, ooh, that's got to be feeling good.
Yeah, it was a 1v1 v2. I want to see Team Exact and what happened on their breakdown. I think it was the flank from Big Man here that maybe thinned their numbers. Yeah, look, you can see Assault and Collapse fighting on the right-hand side. Team Exact still best position, all 3 up, center of zone. Who is it? Big Man just goes massive with Scythe. Big Man goes crazy with a 1v2. No, it's Crafty on the far right-hand side, hanging out in the bushes, getting the cleanup. Crafty makes a massive play, got second in map 1, losing the shaded step, and yet again plays spoiler and cleans up the entirety of Team 12. Colats gets the double buyback. Crafty yet again gets second place. I almost didn't even see him. He was just blending in with the bushes. Yet again, laying in wait, hiding in the bushes, and then making the right play at the right moment. Doesn't win the map, but wins the points for his team. Second place and a massive amount of eliminations. Very well done. But Team Colats, perfect execution, portable buy at the end, and then wins the ones. Well done.
You gotta win your ones, even though it's a 3v1. Close enough, right?